All right.
Yeah, let's
We
do
are
that.
looking at miniatures.
We're trying to figure out what to do, guys. What about
Did you get water and everything?
No, you're gonna do that.
Apparently, I got to run inside and get the paint trays and everything. So that's the well thing. Yeah, that would be cool. So that is, Yep.
Yeah, I mean, and it's got this guy. So this
that's probably pretty easy too. Right?
I mean, like...
It's keyed, so you just set it in there.
What do you define as easy?
It's a stone texture. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, because imperfections are normal for things like that.
Is this focus on this camera correct?
It's going to be focused... I don't know. I'll mess with it.
Everything in the background's in focus. You know. Like...
Autofocus is off, so it depends on how you're going to want it. Are you going to want it focused far away, or you don't want autofocus? Autofocus is where it jumps around.
No, I'm gonna... You're probably going to want it close up. Right?
I don't know. It's up to you. Whatever you want. If I do this, though, like, you see, so I got to, like, bring it back like this. So where you have to put it where you're going to paint it, and then I focus it.
Probably like this.
Yeah.
It looks a little crooked. I'll figure that out.
Well, yeah, you just paint, and I will adjust the camera.
Okay, all right,
yeah,
cool.
Does that make sense?
Cool, yeah.
So, do you want me to, like, mess with the camera, or you want me to go get your paint and stuff?
No, you can go get my water.
Okay. For painting?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I have water to drink. I remembered that. So
now you have to talk and entertain the masses.
Oh, well, I'm a super entertaining person, clearly.
Cool.
So I think the question initially is what...
Don't forget to do all the plugs. The Patreon plug, the Discord plug.
You know what? You got this.
The Facebook group.
You'll be back in
Yeah, but you gotta do it at the
second.
start, because if people tune in and
second.
there's no plugs, then they won't do it. Like the like and comment, subscribe thing, all that stuff.
Oh my gosh. You're overwhelming.
I'm teaching you.
So I think the first question for this, I have two major questions. First of all, what kind of material is this going to be? Like, is this going to be stone? Is this some sort of, like, metal? Like, like it's a bronze, whatever. I don't know. Who knows? I think it would be stone. But then also, how are we going to paint this water? It comes apart. So I feel like there's an opportunity to paint the underside of it or something like that. But I don't know. And then, I mean, when we go to paint it, so I would think you would want to paint the underside. I think this part comes out too, and you could paint the underside of this too. Ooh, maybe it doesn't come out. Oh, it does come out. Okay, cool. So I feel like you could paint the underside of this, but then again, it kind of goes back to the initial question, like, so do we want this to be a new statue? Do we want it to be like in some sort of overgrown area or something like that? Do I want crystal clear blue water, or do I want some sort of gross, murky, like cesspool of disease because it's been, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think that's the first question. I think we should just start out trying to paint the underside of it and, like, see what happens. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, if only I had some water here. If there was somebody who was going to get me water who moved a little bit faster, maybe it'd be helpful or something like that. So let's see what we can start with. Moving all the paint. Maybe some blue. We'll start off making it look nice. And then, if we decide we're going to make it overgrown and disease looking, we can modify that later. I mean, that's where I'm going to start. Anyway. So Cameron says that bronze needs to be used more in D&D. Elves and other Fey races should be using a lot of bronze since folklore tells us they're basically allergic to iron. That's a great idea. Great idea. So I have this. I could make it look metal.
What about metal music?
And I have this. Nothing. Cameron and I are making executive decisions about what's going on.
Metal music. Why'd you move the paint in my way?
I don't care if it's in your way. This is where I need it.
That's not where it can stay. It's gotta go back over here.
It's heavy. I'll just put it right down here.
Oh, okay. You put it on the other side of you too.
Yeah, so, so key questions starting off were basically, should this be pretty or should it be overgrown and, you know.
Gotcha.
Right?
Always
I
pretty.
mean, that's the initial thing, right?
I thought we were gonna do like the squid is gold or something, or some other color, and then stone.
Oh,
wasn't that what we were gonna do? It was gonna be like a gold or something like that.
I mean, well, so
copper.
I'm thinking, well, that's what I was saying, that like, what kind of material should this be?
That should be stone.
You know, I mean.
So it's multi-use for dungeons and whatever.
I mean, perhaps, but like,
yes.
Cameron and I think
Cameron's
that
wrong.
bronze is a great.
No, it's gotta be
idea.
stone.
So that might be stone, but so the tentacles here, though, on this, which are a really cool detail, I think are going to be. What color should they be? They're probably gonna be purple to coordinate with like the Cthulhu.
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of cool.
You could do that. I think that's a great idea because then I can use them both when we play Black Rock Adventure for the season finale, the finale of the campaign, you know, here in like 2 months, and TPK everybody, but I can use it all in one session.
And then this guy, like King Trident here, bronze is awesome. I agree. I agree, Cameron.
Disagree.
Underutilized. But first, we're going to try and paint the water. My idea is to paint the underneath side of it, but I'm worried that's going to get a little messed up on these edges here because there's this little lip. You see where those edges are?
Oh, you're going to paint that on the underside?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, okay.
So that because then it's got to go through.
I would just paint the inside of that down there and then see how that looks sitting on it. Like if you did that a bright blue inside of the actual well spot rather than on the underside.
Think so?
Yeah, because of the translucent, I think that'll look way cooler and give it depth.
Well,
otherwise, you're getting rid of the depth of it. I don't know. That's just what I think would work. I think that's what I've seen some others do too. But that's okay.
Whatever. I guess I'm gonna do that now.
I don't know. You don't have to do it.
I feel obligated to like do the thing.
Because it was the birthday thing?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be painting this for his birthday.
She did not give me any gifts, so her idea for gifts was, hey, why don't you pick out like 20 miniatures or so, and I will do my best to paint them in whatever order you want.
In my defense, in the gift thing,
a month and a half ago.
His birthday is like the first couple days of April, and like COVID, you know, things got a little crazy. Okay, I guess I'm gonna paint the inside of this now.
You got this. You got this. So if you're new here, be sure to smash that subscribe button, hammer that like button, and join into the chat. Have some fun with us, or you know, at least comment below if this is post chat. And yeah, we've got a wonderful Patreon where we've thought about doing more with our patrons, such as giving them access to some of my homebrew stuff, possibly private chats, maybe even you know, the ability to game with us. That is not a reward tier yet. If there's a reward tier you'd like to see, feel free to mention that, and you know, we would be happy to oblige. Right, Paula?
Yes.
And if you want those premium snaps, then I got nothing for you. What was that name of that bot or whatever that was in here? Do you remember?
I don't know. Those are premium snaps.
The premium snap. I didn't even know what premium snaps were.
Nobody knew what premium snaps were. That was the point.
It was great though.
We were like, I don't get it, lady. And that's literally it too. Like there was no follow up.
Right. No, she replied. She told us something.
Like a link, probably.
No. Like it was actually interacting with us. Cameron was there, I think. Cameron's been good about that. Cameron's been on point, man. Cameron knows what's up.
Oh man.
Cameron's always the first one here. You know how happy that makes me that he's the first one here, like every time.
He's dedicated.
He is. He's good dude. Good dude. So I'm just sharing the link around at the moment. And let's see. I'm sure it in most places. I think there's I can't. You're painting a WizKids mini. So I can't share it in Reaper groups.
I mean, I guess we're going to see how that goes. We're going to have to do something else, too.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough.
You don't think so?
No.
Why not?
Because it's not going to be enough.
Yeah, Will. Oh, well, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
It's not my preference. It's okay, though.
Want one?
Maybe. I'll try this. I'm going to paint the top, too, though.
Okay, that's fine.
Because, like...
Yeah. No, you should. The whole inside, under where the water would be, should be painted blue. 100%.
I mean, it's not going to be just blue, though. Like, we can't just...
Okay.
You know.
Sure. I don't know. I'm not the master painter here.
I know, but, like, I'm listening to what you're saying. I don't know why I do that.
Because I pay attention to what other people do.
And I know nothing.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it'll go great. I believe I can fly.
I told Megan and Nicole about the fairy thing.
Oh my gosh.
Because Caleb asked me today, because I told him that we knew the fairy from when we went to school. Our 5-year-old's having he says he has nightmares when you close the door. And it's like, he just wants the door open. And, you know.
And he's stubborn.
It is what it is, or whatever. So I told him that we know a fairy. For whatever reason, this is the first thing that came to my mind when he said that he was having nightmares. My first, instinct is to say that there's a fairy who can come and cast spells on your room to get rid of nightmares. And we know this fairy from when we were in school or something like that. And so we have to call the fairy at night, and she comes around and she casts a spell on his room so he doesn't have nightmares. Anyway, that was the first thing I could come up with. But now, my son thinks that I'm a fairy.
He thinks you're a fairy?
Yeah, and he asked me today what kind of fairy I was. And, if I had powers too, and what my powers could do. And I just was like, well, I don't know. So I'm telling my friends this, and they're like, you need to ask him. So I asked him, and he said that I'm a rainbow fairy. But also I could be if I wanted to be. I could be a sticker fairy who can create toys from stickers.
What?
So I feel like somebody found some stickers today. Anyway, but turns out, guys, I'm a rainbow fairy and never knew it. So, lots of opportunity.
Apparently.
In my future. Okay, so gray.
Gritty gray. No, I don't know.
I mean, like, I don't think, like, super. This fits right in there. That'll be good. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and you don't have to like have a perfect mix. You just mix it a little so it has a little bit of white, a little bit of gray. You know.
Look here.
You know.
Who's painting and
You.
who's in charge of focusing the camera properly? Okay.
Me. How are you painting? Are you painting yet?
I'm doing a great job painting right now.
Yeah, and it's doing a great job of focusing wherever we want it focused.
So.
We're good. We're totally good.
Everything's going great.
So we had our Descent game last night, and everyone I talked to seemed to like it. Actually, it you know, it had good reviews from people. They liked it.
Yeah?
They liked it. They did tell me that I got a little railroady with the combat, which I basically told you guys that no, I want to combat. So this is what needs to happen.
Because we couldn't go too many sessions without combat, we were told.
Well, I just wanted combat. Luke looked tired. I felt like he needed some combat.
Hey, I felt like my character did pretty good. I took out 2 of the guys on me. Come on, that's pretty great. That's pretty great for a bard.
Yeah.
With questionable stats.
I'd say so.
I mean, so we made it through. Luke's still playing his same character. Now he's gone so many sessions with that same character.
Yeah.
You know, and I almost, like, when I saw the overlay, I almost said something about the cleric paladin thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, maybe I just don't know what class he had.
Yeah, you should have said something.
Well, you know.
Yeah, that was my bad. That's what happens when you copy and paste stuff, and I don't know what I was copying and pasting it from, but somehow I got human.
Blackrock.
Yes.
Andrew's character.
That is 100% true. Yup. You are correct. That's all right, though. And we're playing that game next week. Do you realize this is my 5th stream in 3 days? Technically
That's
6th.
a lot of streaming.
Technically 6th, but the one I just did before this was recorded and is not live yet. So I did 6 streams in 3 days. And I feel terrible. It was very unprofessional of me that I basically forgot about the one right before this. But, you know, just it's been so crazy. Like, I feel like I've been running around trying to, like, appease Lily with wanting to play D&D, trying to keep Caleb happy so he feels like he gets enough attention, like, trying to, you know, do these streams and line up guests for future streams, prep for my game. Like, I'm just like, oh.
Yeah,
Tom!
Things have been crazy, and I took on a new job at work, so I've been, you know.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to sit down and I'm going to fill in my Google Calendar with every single thing I have planned right now through the next month. And if I plan something with Lily or whoever, I'm just going to use my Google Calendar on my phone.
good idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start making that my Bible when it comes to my schedule. I just need to do it. That's the only way I won't miss things. You know,
So
and
do that.
I'm gonna have to do that with like prep, like oh, I got the Wednesday game, so I'm gonna prep at this time on this day for such and such amount of time. Got the Saturday game, you know, so I'm just gonna have to do that. So Tom's painting tonight too, and
No, what is Tom painting?
that is a great question. I hope he will share his painting in the Discord tonight. He was sharing stuff the other day that looked kind of cool.
Yeah, like
He always
even
shares
if you
stuff.
just want to, tell us like your.
Well, here is what he was painting. So check this out. Because he's doing his armies, remember? So this looks like I don't even know. It's almost like a dragon thing with no wings, with like some creature on it, some armored dude.
Oh wow!
Crimson armored dude. But that is cool.
In bronze. It looks like.
Whatever.
Cameron's favorite.
You could do bronze if you want.
It's fine.
You haven't done it yet. I'm talking about on the squid and stuff if you wanted.
Oh,
but
no,
you
no,
thought
no.
you wanted to do the other thing, right?
No. It'd be on
The bowls?
Or it could have been on the. It could have been the fountain itself. Would have been like.
Right.
Bronze. It's fine. It's not.
We were talking about your miniatures that you painted recently, Tom. I think it was you. Yeah, it was. I'm sorry, it wasn't recently. It was like 10 days ago.
Okay, like 10 days is pretty recent.
Not in my Discord. Like, if you're not in the Discord, like 10 days is a long time. No, my Discord goes really quick. Like,
they're super active in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's died down since I brought up a controversial topic the other day, but
Ooh.
other than that, we talked about it.
Ooh.
You and I did.
Oh,
as
yeah.
I was posting my thing on Twitter. But it, like my off-topic discussions has been good, and was talking to Paul tonight because he changed his job, so a couple people changed their gaming availability in the looking for players on the Discord. So if you're looking for players, that is a great place. There's a pinned post where you can go into a Google spreadsheet. You can put in like your name, contact, your date, all that stuff.
Super handy.
Yeah, so if you are looking
That's
for
really
a game,
helpful.
my Discord is a great place to do that. So, yeah. In fact, the thing I told you about last when we were talking about Paul's wife compared to you, that was the last conversation in my off-topic. But that was going pretty quick yesterday. Because Paula won't take the car to get an oil change.
Yeah, he was very. I mean, you specifically mentioned things that yes
are 100% true.
Yes, but also part of the reason why I don't do those things is because I do everything else. So.
Is it because you do everything else, or because you've always just made me do those things in the first place anyway?
Because when we first got together, you don't get mad. You don't get mad if I ask you to do those things.
That's not why.
For sure it is.
You used, before we even lived together, you made me take your car to get the oil change because you don't know if they're telling you the truth and trying to upsell you and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know either. They show you the air filter. If it looks dirty, you say, yeah, let's get a new air filter. If it looks clean, you say, no, it's fine.
But I don't know if it looks, can't you just bang it out? It's a filter. Just knock it against something.
I don't think so. I don't think it works that way. No, I don't think it works that way.
See, that's why you go to get it done.
No. Again, I said, I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't think it works that way.
Anyway, so I'm painting a fountain just in case, you're sporadically tuning in, not at the beginning.
So
painting a beautiful fountain.
So Tom says they are assembling miniatures. He's got backlog stuff. So Tom's wife Laura,
they're in your
does
game.
dice. Yeah, she's in the Wednesday game too. She does dice at their house. I think it's called Shiny Math Rocks on Instagram is the name of the account, I believe.
So great. She
Yeah.
makes dice.
Yeah, she's starting to make dice. Like I don't think they have any full sets yet. I think there's one mold they're struggling with. I want to say the D8. Maybe it's the D12. I don't remember. One of those two. That just never comes out right for some reason. It gets a big bubble in it and ruins it. But they're working on it. So once they get that going, though, it's going to be awesome. And you should go over to the Discord. She showed us some D20s the other night. And she was using like some fishing lure or fishing line. I don't know. And you would love it. It had like rainbow sparkles inside of it because of the fishing lure. It was cool. Yeah.
Sounds
Right,
cool.
Tom? Actually, I might be able to pull that up. Let's see. It's go here.
Can you post a link in the comments?
I probably can. I gotta go find her thing.
Look
It's
at
the thing is
that.
I'm on a computer, so it's a little harder on a computer to show Instagram. So here's her dice.
Computers are difficult.
Only with Instagram. Instagram is for phones. So look. Laura G.
Hold on. Oh, that's super fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
I know. I knew you would. So yeah. We have some exciting things going on. We have hopefully in the next week or two, Lily. So some people were really nice and decided to send us some things for her birthday.
Yes.
And so I wanted to just mention that really quick. So someone sent us they're sending us an Eldritch. Oh gosh, I feel terrible. Stupid stink bug.
It was like Eldritch Academy.
Yes. So we're getting her a book. It's like a spell book, kind of. So it's a book that opens up and it has like a foam insert. You can put dice in it.
It's like a wooden.
Yeah, like a wooden book that you open. It's got a cool design, leather around the outside. It looks like. We chose the tree design, I believe, with pink and black.
Mm-hmm.
So the tree is pink, the leather is black, the foam insert is I think black, and then it's gonna hold her dice. It's gonna hold her spell cards and her miniature and a Sharpie, because on the inside of the cover you can write things like how many hit points you have, how many spell slots.
Well, like a dry erase.
Yeah. Exactly. It's like anyways. So we did that, and then we got her some dice. We got her the tiny metal ones.
Yeah, they're mini
prism
metal ones, and they're very unicorn-esque.
Yes.
That's 100% what they would like. They remind me of. Super cool though. If you have a second to go out and take a look.
Yeah, so there's that.
It's very cool.
Somebody else was really awesome and is sending her some dice that are also kind of unicorn themed. They're the normal like Chessex, resin dice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like pinkish purple, really glittery. It looks like, and they're sending her a PHB, and so that was really cool that they decided to do that too. I was just looking for ideas. On Twitter for things to get her under $20, and some people were like, hey, can I do this? And was like, yeah, sure. And we also might have a sponsor coming on our Sunday game with my daughter. So there's a company that makes some really, really, really cool products that I will be doing an unboxing for soon. I'm not going to announce it yet, but I will. I'm really excited about that. They make these really cool dice trays, and they're sending Lily one as well that has a unicorn on it.
Yeah, it's super great.
Yeah,
she's gonna be like thrilled and pumped.
Yeah, so thanks to the those guys those people for sending some cool stuff and reaching out. Again, you're gonna make a girl very happy for her birthday, and which is great. We have a new neighbor across the street that she's not allowed to play with, and the girl's like just a couple years younger than her. So being able to do this is going to be a huge, huge deal. So I'm just pulling up shiny math. There it is, shiny math rocks on Instagram right now. And here we go. We will copy.
Okay.
And paste that bad boy over here. Boom. There is the link to shiny math rocks. That should work out pretty well. I don't know. You tell me, people. You tell me. So, yeah, so how are you tonight?
You know, I'm hanging in there.
Hanging in there.
I'm doing pretty good, actually. So I might have to go inside in a minute.
Why?
Well, not in a minute. I guess probably at the end of this. I could probably wait till the end. Making some bread.
Oh.
It'll be fine. It'll just keep getting bigger and bigger.
I want some pizza. Too bad nothing delivers right now this late. What, do you want pizza?
Nope.
I'll order it. I'll order pizza on stream. I'll tell everyone our address and phone number and credit card number and everything.
I think we're all set. Okay, how do we feel about this? It's not locked in there.
I think it looks good.
No. I'm not a huge fan. Okay, it's gonna be fine though.
Well, once you darken it even more, is that the problem? It's not dark enough? It's kind of like when you do the clear things over there. You don't want it to be completely like colored out or anything.
You don't want it to be completely what?
Colored out. Like, you don't want to like...
Oh, yeah. I gotcha.
So it looks like maybe Xander is in the stream. I don't know if he's in here or not. He shared it on Twitter, though. So if you're there, dude, hope you're having a good night, man. Double or Nothing was pretty sweet. I'm in the process of watching it. I haven't finished it. So I'm on the final street fight match or whatever they call it. I don't even know. The ballpark brawl, basically.
Oh, was that a wrestling thing?
Well, okay, so for all you non-wrestling fans, I'm sorry, I'll make it quick. Basically, because of COVID, they've been wrestling in empty arenas in the first place.
Gotcha.
The owner of AEW is the Jacksonville Jaguars' son. And he's like really smart, huge wrestling fan. He's very successful also. Okay. Anyways, they decided to do a 5-on-5 match that's just no rules, basically, in the Jacksonville Jaguars football field on the 50-yard line. So they have like a wrestling ring in the middle of an empty football field or football stadium.
Gotcha.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's, and like from what I saw,
super fascinating.
The one clip I saw, I saw a couple clips, but one of the clips, they started the guys like on opposite ends of the field, and this is how it started, and they charged at each other like Braveheart style, and like attacked each other, like movie style, like gonna kill each other and some war stuff. That was great. But yeah.
Okay, well, we're at least going to try and make this look like it's, water or whatever.
Alright, I'm getting out of that. And let's just check something
I think
out.
that's going to look a little bit better. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I think Cameron left. He was so vocal in the beginning, and I think he disappeared on us. Oh, it says top chat, not... That thing is so tricky. I hate when it does that. Okay, live chat. But it's still, nobody's coming. All right. So, speaking of the streams I did this weekend, the Pathfinder 2nd edition stream.
Oh, yeah.
So
you didn't really tell me a lot about how...
You got to watch it.
I mean, no, I'm not going to.
I know you won't. So I think I want to get it. I was talking to some people, even after, in the Pathfinder 2e group. One person tried to jab at D&D 5e, and I'm like, no, don't. This has nothing to do with D&D 5e. Let's not make it about D&D 5e, right? Because they kind of were like, oh, what, they said some negative stuff about, D&D people, 5e people. It's So this isn't an edition war thing. I don't want to get into all that. I literally. Oh, you're good, Cameron. I just thought you disappeared. That's all. I thought you bailed on us. You don't have to comment constantly.
He was so sad.
I was heartbroken.
He was feeling distressed.
I was heartbroken.
Okay, so you know what?
So, anyways.
Pause for a second.
What do you mean pause?
I think we're gonna put sparkles on the top of this.
Oh my gosh. What about under it?
No, because then it won't sparkle. It'd be shimmer. It's like a shimmering pool.
I hate this shimmer talk.
It's not glitter.
Why do you do this on every damn stream?
Shimmer. Because this is like, I mean, I don't know. It's my go-to. It's,
I don't know about that shimmer crap.
I'm just gonna do that on the tops of these.
Okay.
It's gonna turn out great.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be really watered down.
All right.
So it should kind of fall in this because this is textured, right?
Sure.
So it's gonna end up great.
Sure, shimmer. Woo!
I know you're pumped about it.
Always. I get so excited to hear about shimmer. So I'm gonna raise my computer because it is getting warm on this one side. So I just don't want it to. I guess it's fine. So yeah, So Pathfinder Second Edition. We were talking. I didn't really necessarily. I learned some stuff. I didn't hear anything that I didn't already have an idea about already, right? So the first thing that kind of came up about it is it's awesome for me as a player. Like it would probably be my go-to system as a player, because of like the customization and things like that, right? The tactics and combat sound awesome. It just all sounds, like what I would be into. Now, in the chat, it sounded like it might be a little difficult at first as a DM, much like, 3.5 was for people, Pathfinder, how people like messed up rules and stuff. But it's not too complicated that after a few sessions you should really grasp it. But it does have a barrier of entry as a DM.
That you shouldn't be able to grasp it?
Yeah, you should understand what's going on after a few sessions as a DM. Or I would at least probably. Okay?
Gotcha.
So that was all good, right? And, I went to a Pathfinder 2e group to ask. I posted my link to the stream, and I asked the same question there, like, should I get it? Why not? So anyways, had some interesting things there. Again, not necessarily the same thing. In there, obviously, people are a little more biased, right? They're like, yes, buy it. It's great. It's the best system ever, right? But for the same reasons, like the action economy, the 3-action economy is really awesome. There's concern among some people that it slows your turn down, but you do a lot more on your turn. Like most of the time, unless you're a spellcaster, even then you still can do like 2 things in a turn. But most of the time, you're going to do quite a bit, right? So you're not going to be like in D&D, for example. Oh, I'm a wizard. I cast a spell. Oh, crap. I missed. Done. Now I got to wait 5 minutes for my turn again. Like in Pathfinder, you might do a spell that's a single action.
Right.
You cast it. The component might take an action. This part I don't remember right because somebody corrected one of the things about it in the chat. And then, So anyways, but I believe, at least in the playtest, it sounds like each action also used one of your components. Like if you had to have a pigeon feather for your spell. If you had to have a pigeon feather and 50 gold, that's 2 items. So that would be 2 actions to cast the spell. So it sounds like they got rid of that. And now it's just spells are so many actions in your 3-action economy. So like a really good spell would be 3 actions. A lower spell would be 1 action. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
That kind of sucks.
Why?
I mean, does that end up balancing out with all the other?
What do you mean? What sucks about it?
I mean, because, like, so does a fighter. I mean, is there any instance in which a fighter does 1 attack and it takes multiple
I don't know.
attacks?
Haven't got there. Probably not. But it doesn't matter. You're going to have spells that are going to do more than their single attack.
I mean...
Like, oh, I do Fireball. Fireball's probably like a 2-action type of attack, right?
Yeah, but...
Power Word Kill would probably be like and obviously those spells aren't in it because we're talking Pathfinder, but that would probably be a full round attack, you know? But a fighter might do 1 attack. They might then do a movement, and then they might put their shield up to defend themselves. So there's their 3 actions. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess I see what you're saying.
So it's simplified altogether, you know? But your spellcaster, he doesn't need to run up there to cast a spell. First turn, he's staying where he's at. Pow! Magic missile, bitch. You know?
I mean, I suppose.
That's what I would do. So I don't know. It sounds simpler, though, in that regard.
Well, maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day we will play.
We will play.
Pathfinder 2nd edition.
We were invited to play Starfinder on Sunday nights.
Oh, yeah, that's what you said.
So the tone of the campaign is like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
So I told him, I was like, I don't know if my wife was into that. So I'll have to get back to you on it. I haven't gotten back to it.
I mean, it's not that I'm not into Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, okay.
It's that I just, you know.
No, I don't know.
I had trouble making it through the movies.
I think they're hilarious. I like Christopher Pratt, though.
Yeah, but you also didn't try and watch the first one while you were giving birth, so, you know.
No, you're talking about Fantastic Four.
No.
That was Captain America. Oh,
that was Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right.
With Caleb.
So Cameron says 1 physical attack is 1 action in Pathfinder 2e. So a fighter could do 3 attacks, but each one after the first gets a negative to hit. Yeah, it's like -5, -10. So even if you get 3 attacks as a fighter, you're not probably going to hit on the 3rd one. But and certain feats change that too. But Cameron, are there, and I don't know, I didn't ask this, I'm assuming there are some feats that give you like special type of attacks that might require 2 actions or 3. Like a cleave action maybe might be, 1, or it might be multiple actions. I don't know. So that's why I could not answer her question specifically. I'm assuming you play 2e though.
It sounds like Cameron knows exactly what he's talking about.
I mean, he said something that I already knew. That a regular action is 1 action, and you can do it up to 3 times in a round. But he might know what he's talking about. He might have played Pathfinder. I've watched a lot of reviews, too. Like, on how to create characters. Character creation sounds awesome to me. Like, I really want to play a barbarian in Pathfinder 2nd edition. Like, really bad.
Yeah?
Yeah. You can be, like, what is it? Unlike, like, 5e, where you have your archetypes or whatever they are, your subclasses. In Pathfinder, again, it's based on feats and stuff. You get things at different levels, but like you can choose between 5 things. One's like a dragon, one's like a giant, and each one gives you different types of abilities associated with it. So like a giant might give you super strength, right? Mm-hmm. Or maybe, and I don't know. I'm just this one's pulled out of my butt, but it'd be kind of cool if it gave you the ability to use a bigger weapon. Like if I'm a halfling and I'm using a great sword for, I don't know, an ogre, maybe I can use it because I'm a barbarian of the giant or something. You know what I mean? Like maybe you have enough strength to do something like that.
Huh.
That'd be cool.
That's interesting.
That'd be really cool, wouldn't it? But yeah, I don't know. So anyways, those two are the ones that stood out to me though. The dragon one and the
look at
giant
it. It's just like
one.
shimmer.
Okay. Hey, I'm letting you do it. Do your thing.
You almost messed me up.
Sorry. So this week I'm doing 2 more RPG talks every Tuesday, Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. And so he said, this is what Cameron said. I have no clue about the extra action ability feats. I've only seen it played, but what I've seen about the feats, they seem pretty cool. I play 1E in my own game. So there you go. He plays original Pathfinder. We did original for a minute. We did a couple solo games, and then we tried it with Nate from WASD 20 and a couple other people. And then 5e came out. So we never looked back. I think I went and played some 1E Pathfinder. But, yeah. All right, so
does this seem to be working? Does this seem to look okay? Like it looks stone-esque?
I mean, you're showing the side you haven't painted.
No, this is the side I painted. It's kind of looking like stone-esque.
Yeah,
I think
so. It's the start of it, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure it doesn't look like,
I mean, if not, you can always paint over it, too.
No, but I'm just asking if it looks like crap. I don't want to keep going if it looks terrible.
Gotcha. So anyways, my guest this week. Yeah.
Like, I want to be conscious of it not looking awful.
I gotcha.
But also, if you're doing this, don't do it with a pointed paintbrush.
Okay.
Because you destroy your paintbrush.
Gotcha. Hint, hint, Lee. So, with that...
Has to be a flat.
Yeah.
Preferably round. Like, you see how it's round?
Mm-hmm.
The brush. You're not looking at the brush.
I thought you were talking about the
end of the brush.
I thought you were talking about what you were painting.
So, where the end of the brush is round, like this brush, I don't want to show the one I'm using, but like this brush is round. And this brush is flat.
I think people understand that.
Well, I don't know.
We'll do your tutorial. We will do.
You know what? I'm trying to add in little fun facts as we go.
I think I'm fine with it.
I'm just trying to explain that they don't destroy their brushes.
So we were talking about this recently, and Paula is going to do a tutorial series called "Painting Like Paula," and it's not about how to paint like a professional miniature painter. Paula has made this clear. She paints her own way. And so she wants it to be painting like Paula, not painting like a professional painter. So we are going to do this.
No, I just don't know things, that like these.
It's coming to the channel once we record that. That'll probably be in a future weekend or something. But
there are just people who are like really fancy about
Sure.
their painting.
Sure.
And I'm not one of those people.
Bullcrap. So, she wants to, like, go outside and cut grass and put it on the bases so it looks like real floppy.
I did not say that.
She's crazy, trust me.
What are you talking about?
So, anyways, back to this. So, we're going to be doing a how to paint series, and it's going to start from the basics with, like, materials, which you might get those painting brush tips in there, what paints to use maybe, or at least the ones that Paula uses. And you will also get tips on like the steps that she uses for creating a miniature or painting a miniature and all that good stuff.
Step 1,
paint the miniature. No.
Step 2, don't look back.
Don't sell yourself short. We're trying to get some viewers here. Trying to get some subscriptions on YouTube here. You can't downplay. You got to talk about it like it's the greatest thing in the world.
Oh, it's gonna be so amazing, you guys.
So with that. We're not going to tell any more about that.
Yeah,
don't give it away. Don't give it away. Nope, we got to leave them in suspense. So, Cameron says it sounds like a fun series. See, exactly. The other thing. So this week, my two guests my guest on
Hold
Tuesday.
On. The thing is,
dang it!
Say for 10 minutes.
That she keeps stopping me from saying.
I'm just kidding. That time I was just messing with you. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So
you can say it now.
Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern on this very channel, that you will only see if you're a subscriber or you click the link somewhere because you happen to stumble across it. So make sure you subscribe. Is Steve Kenson of Green Ronin. I've always said Green Ronin, and they've been saying Green Ronin, and other people haven't. I'm like, I feel like weird saying Green Ronin.
Feels weird, doesn't it?
I want to call it Green Ronin. Is that bad? Is that disrespectful to call it Green Ronin when it's Green Ronin?
What do other people say?
Everybody who works there and people who don't work there in the industry call it Green Ronin.
Then yeah, that's what you need to call it.
It's so difficult. I love their products though. Their Dragon Age and Fantasy Age games, awesome.
Anyway, so he is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so Steve Kenson from Green Ronin.
He's going to be on Tuesday?
Tuesday, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern.
That's cool.
And then...
What are you guys going to talk about?
Whatever. It's a talk.
Oh,
just
okay.
like you and I.
Well, I didn't know.
These other people, though, don't interrupt me all the time.
I didn't know if it was, like it needs to be announced. Like,
No, I don't announce a topic.
I am Juce.
You're not Juice. You're awkwardly nerdy.
No, I'm pretending to be you, and welcome to my TED Talk.
It's not, I don't know. That's what Jake says. I don't say anything about TED Talks.
Who says that?
Jake.
Jake does?
He said it last night, remember?
Oh.
When we were in the post chat.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I'm done rambling now because I've had a little bit to drink. And that was my TED Talk. Anyways.
He was on fire last night.
He was great. I talked to him till like 4 a.m.
Have you talked to him today? Nobody responded to my...
No, I was in it. He was producing a game. And then
yeah.
they called off his night game that would be on right now. So he...
no one responded to my video message.
They're like, yeah, no, we're going to wait till the last minute. And we're going to just jump over the wall and kill the guards. That's what they said. No, I don't know. So anyways, Thursday, though. So Thursday, my guest at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. is Crystal Frazier. I'm really excited to have her on. So
what does she do?
Green Ronin, but she's also done Paizo.
Oh,
she has a developer credit in the setting guide for Galarian, the Inner Sea World Guide or whatever. Yeah, Inner Sea World Guide, which is one of the better setting books out there. Most people would agree about that. And it's a really cool setting. Anyways, so and you know how I am about my homebrew world. So I feel like that could be a really awesome conversation on Thursday. So I'm really looking forward to that. So she's worked with Paizo and Green Ronin. She's all over the place. She's a name, right? She's done some stuff, here and there, thing or two.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. And then I've booked all of next month. I've got everything booked for next month on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Got some authors, got some podcasters, some more game designers. Got a YouTuber, a company, a DM's Guild writer.
Gosh, you got like a lot of stuff happening.
Yep. And then in July, I booked a couple things as well. So, yeah, I'm booking out into July right now. That's why I said, I feel like I have a lot going on. Because some of these people I'm, having full-on discussions with. And others I'm, trying to plan around their schedules and my schedules and, stuff like that.
And life is crazy right now in general. So,
yeah. Yeah, but it's going well. So I'm enjoying doing it. So yeah, if there's somebody you want to see on this channel, like a writer, an artist, anything, as long as it's associated with the RPG industry, let me know on Twitter and tag the person that you're interested in being on the channel, because that sometimes helps start a dialogue as well between us. So because otherwise me just sometimes trying to slide into their DMs, it just doesn't work. Some of them either don't check their DMs, some of them have it disabled. So if you at least tag them when you make the suggestion, it at least gets their attention and they might direct message me. So
anyway, so
this is important. This is important.
Stuff going on though.
Yeah, I do. And then all the
That
games
should
next month.
be like a lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm having a good time. I'm actually so next week, starting Tuesday, is PaizoCon online. So I'm hoping to check in on some Pathfinder games next week.
Okay.
Throughout the week, Tuesday through Sunday, I think. And then Grand Con, or not Grand Con, Gen Con has announced that they're doing their convention completely online. And that is really, really cool too, because now people who could not go to Gen Con can now watch it online. Same thing with PaizoCon. Normally that's in Washington. And now people can literally from their couch watch it. So, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so hopefully I can at least watch those. Check them out,
I screwed up.
How'd you screw up?
I painted the blue up too high.
Oh. Uh-oh.
I know.
Nobody was going to notice if you didn't say anything in the chat. Now they're all going to know. They're going to be so critical.
Everybody was
You painting,
gonna notice.
you went outside the lines. So, anyways. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to checking out some online conventions this year and just blocking out some time and working on some things and listening. So I'd like to get involved in some way with like, I don't know, playing in a game or something on it. That'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So then I can at least say I participated in the first ever online Gen Con or the first ever PaizoCon online or something. PaizoCon's, I think, all booked up though, the way they did it. I don't know how they're doing it.
So they will take the games that were going to be played at the con and they'll move them online.
I mean, not all of them.
And then...
I mean, you have 60,000 people at Gen Con.
Yeah,
they just have the featured games. So, like, with celebrities, game designers, game developers, probably. So, certain podcasts.
And then will they move, like, the...
Seminars?
Yeah, like
yes, some of them. Again, you have seminars going the whole time usually, and you have multiple at once, so you can't possibly do all of them because now you're restricted to maybe 2 channels. You might have Gen Con Camera 1, Gen Con Camera 2, or whatever. I don't know. They could be doing it like Paizo, who's literally just doing it on their official Paizo page, which means they can only do one thing at a time. But in theory, you could set up different online rooms. Gen Con room catfish, Gen Con room sea lion. I don't, and just that way it's always ever expanding, and then the likelihood that someone's going to go and steal the next one, even if they do, it doesn't have to be numerical order kind of thing.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because like someone will be like, I'm going to steal that next number just so now they have to buy it off me. That used to happen with websites.
What do you mean?
People used to buy domain names that were like celebrities' names or products that hadn't yet created websites. And so then when, say, like McDonald's wants McDonald's.com, some bonehead in Arkansas bought the thing.
You think people don't do that now?
Oh, I'm sure they still do, but I feel like it's a lot harder. Because back then they would do it with like high school athletes. Like who were really good, expected to go to college and stuff like that. Because if they buy it then, they can hold on to it for like 8 years, and then all of a sudden, hey, LeBron James or whoever wants his name for a website,
Yep.
So, yeah. But yeah, that used to happen with a lot of stuff. And I believe someone once was sued over it because they tried to use a company name or a product name, and so then they were like, well, you can't use our name for your thing. I think there were quite a few lawsuits.
It was like a trademark or something like that?
Yeah, like if I wanted to go and start bestbuy.com, I mean, technically I could argue, no, it's just a website that I was going to create about the best deals out there. But Best Buy might be able to say, well, that's our company name. That's probably a bad example. Walmart would be a better example.
Right, okay, so we're like totally off.
It doesn't matter. This is a chat. We're having fun.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we can rope it back to RPGs.
Water.
So you had said you had said Pathfinder sounded like a cool system to you before I really started talking.
So this is going okay?
Yeah.
It's really light.
The
I need
blue
to
on the
make it-
top is weird. Just because it's
You
clearly
don't like
paint.
it?
Not on the top. Not really. I don't know. Do you like it?
Whatever.
Look at it. Do you like it?
I don't know.
Is that weird? You're going to ruin your shimmer. Now how's it look? What do you guys think in chat?
There's less. Now there's less.
Yeah, that looks better now. Don't you think? You're not thrilled with it. If we had, well, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Less shimmer is fine.
I don't have a problem with the shimmer. Did you only do the shimmer? It looked like regular acrylic paint got on the top, and it just clearly texture-wise didn't look right.
Okay, this one I still have to do the rest. Okay, this one's really bright though.
Gotcha.
This is really light.
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I can't wait to kill you guys with my Cthulhu now. In front of his water fountain.
Not gonna happen.
Why? I hate that pops up.
What?
This right here. Subscribe to my channel thing. I'm gonna do that real quick. Let's try. Let us try.
Here.
Uh-oh. Oh, so the person I was interviewing, she had COVID, apparently.
Did she really?
That's what she said, yeah, back in the early months. Like, I think she said February. She's like, I couldn't breathe. She's like, I was standing over the sink. Anyways, that'll be in the interview that goes up sometime. I think it's actually going up in July. I think that's when I was going to do it. All right, should be here. Needs shimmer for sure. Oh, whatever, Cameron. That's why he's laughing, because it's a joke. He's joking.
You're a joke.
Not really. Okay. No. Settings, maybe? Let's see. Channel. Upload. Ooh. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Let's put it at the end of a video. There we go. Perfect. I don't know what replace means. We'll just save it. Now I'll just go check. So that should get rid of it. Shouldn't happen anymore. Which is good. Okay.
I guess we're going to find out.
We will. So, now... Oh, gone. Okay. All right, cool. So, Lily's pretty excited to play D&D.
I know. She literally, that's all she talked about earlier this week. She kept telling me all about it.
About how she played it?
No, about how she was going to play.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you guys were going to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, when she came inside, she was freaking out.
Yeah.
We
After the game?
killed it. We killed 3 spiders. Was it 3 spiders?
Tonight?
Yeah.
5. It was 3 small ones and then 2 big ones.
Oh, yeah. And then it was the mommy spider.
6, yeah. I forgot.
And then, she was just my friend, if I hadn't saved him, he wouldn't have been able to save me. He saved me.
Yeah, she dropped to 0 hit points.
Ooh.
And so then I told her goblin friend had a potion of healing he could give her. And so he did, and then she was able to get up and save the day.
Was that an improvised potion of healing, or?
I think she technically had one,
Oh.
but
okay.
But no, it worked out well. Why are people doing fireworks? Crazy. Crazy.
I mean, tomorrow's Memorial Day, but
Yeah, but fireworks have nothing to do with it.
Get
That's 4th of July.
Veterans Day and Memorial Day mixed up, and it's I'm not sure.
Well, Memorial Day is celebrating everyone who died.
Right, I know.
And Veterans Day is
which is why
veterans.
we don't really light off fireworks usually. Like,
Yeah, but
you know?
think about it. If it's Veterans Day and I'm like not, liking the sound of fireworks outside because of memories, like that's not really a patriotic thing to do either.
Yeah, I think people don't realize that that's an issue for a lot of people.
That's why a lot of them put signs in their yard now. Have you seen those signs? It's like, hey, I served in blah blah blah, and the fireworks caused me anxiety or something. I've
Oh.
seen like signs for it. Please don't light off, or please be considerate of your veterans who don't like fireworks or something like that.
Yeah,
But
something.
it's because of like PTSD, and it like
Yeah,
says that.
it doesn't. Didn't Finch say that that's how it works for him?
I don't think so. Not that. He's fine with fireworks, I think.
I
But
like
I
he
don't know.
told me he wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
Okay, that's kind of looking like marble.
Mm-hmm.
That looks okay.
Yeah, I think it's good.
I just gotta do the sides. Be fine.
It's coming along.
It's working out.
So, anyways, what was I talking about before?
You were talking about the people you were interviewing.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just like it's been so like positive and awesome because these people are really awesome people, right? Like they're not all uppity or, they don't seem like know-it-alls. They're very cool, accepting, awesome people.
The D&D know-it-all.
It's not even D&D. It's like any system, whatever. Like I didn't know anything about Blue Rose until Thursday, and that was a good conversation. In fact, Thursday was a really good conversation. I liked that a lot. Yeah, so there's I'm really enjoying doing it because I feel like one, it's my way to be social, right? In a time where you're not allowed to be social.
I mean, that's true.
Right. And
Right.
then on top of that, like I said, they're all very positive, happy, optimistic people about this hobby. They're very passionate. And their passion, I feel like, matches mine in the sense that they're very inclusive, right? Like, they're just always like, yeah,
It's just what's best for the hobby.
yeah, like a couple of them, even off air, I've talked about how like one day my bucket list item is to publish my own setting, right? And it's not about getting rich or even having something to sell. It's just a bucket list item I've always had. Like I think it would be cool to have my own book in my hands I can give to my players, right? And that way it's like, oh, we got a new campaign coming up. All right, here you go. Here's my world book. Go read it. Or read this little bit if you're, that interested in knowing about the world. Because I get a lot of questions about that, right? When someone's making a character. Hey, what are the Dragonborn like in your world?
Yeah, do you allow this variation of this? Or
And yeah,
like,
well, it's not even that. It's not even would you allow. It's can you tell me about it? So I'd rather be able to say, here's the book, and this is where it talks about that.
Yeah, because sometimes you just don't know what direction people like to go to.
Well, I don't even like
how
to
much, but
tell
how
them what
much
they can and can't
like
do.
agency do you get as a player? Like, can I start making up cities and history, or like should
Sure.
I pick something that's already out there?
Yeah, make up a name of a city. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to end up in my setting, like long term. It just might be one campaign. It's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if nothing significant happens there, then it would never end up in my setting. That would be one of the many blank spots on the map, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, because you can add stuff. But yeah, like, so I had this talk with a couple of them, and I was like, I don't ever plan on like doing anything other than do a print on demand so that I can buy my own book and give it to my players. And they're like, oh, don't sell yourself short. Just start working on stuff now and start putting it out. And they're just like very optimistic, like, yeah, no, get started, just do it. Like, it's fun. You might even get hooked. Might have a career, like, So it's been very optimistic. Yeah, it's the people I wish I surrounded myself with in the first place anyway, where they are very encouraging, Like I've got, I'd say 12 people in our hobby that are other YouTubers that I'm like, these are these kinds of people where they're encouraging. Like if you're having a bad day, they'll pick you up or motivate you or whatever, like they're your friends, right?
Right.
And I can say I feel like I've got 12 that I'm really comfortable, being completely open with about what's going on, asking them questions, vice versa, If I'm lacking motivation on something, I can talk to them about if I'm having a problem with something YouTube related, RPG related, whatever, assuming they're not too busy. I can talk to them about it. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to give you an idea, there's other YouTubers that if you talk to them, they're always trying to shill something. like, rather than actually being there for you. And I've dealt with that before where it's like, would reach out to somebody that we'd been going back and forth on videos or whatever, and or talking on a Facebook post or whatever. And then once you go to message, it's like, oh nope, oh, do you want to like promote blah 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 on your channel? It's like, no, I was trying to talk to you about something, not how to, not how to grow your 100 sub channel just by me sharing all your stuff. Like, no, because it just comes across like they don't want to be your friend. They just want to abuse the situation.
So it's just been like really nice to meet new people in the hobby.
Yes. Yeah.
Basically.
Yes, 100%. And I'm excited to meet more people. So, and right now, most of them have been designers and developers and stuff like that. But
that's
like
cool.
I said,
a lot of
I want to do other
people are really
things.
creative and have good ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Get people who make products like handmade dice or something on, Like what how do you do that? If someone's looking to make their own custom dice, do you have advice? So hopefully we'll bring some dice makers on and maybe some woodworkers and stuff like that. Some of the smaller ones. Some of the bigger ones, like Wormwood has their own like channel now, and they're killing it over there. Talking about their dice vaults, their tables they make. Now their pens, they make their own pens.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a wooden round pen, and they real nice, fancy stuff. Or Elderwood, like they're pretty big. They've got their own things too. You like it?
Yeah, I mean, like it's sort of going okay.
You don't like it?
I mean, like it looks like stone.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I can go grab a stone for you, and we can hold it side by side.
I mean,
it looks like concrete, not stone. It looks like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was wondering if I should add brown.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Whatever you think would look right.
That's what I was trying to figure out. So I got some black over here, and I'm not loving that.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. Not really sure. So you could even, well, no, I'm not going to add. I was going to say you could try to add like green so it has like vines coming up it or something.
No, because that's what I said in the first place, and you were like,
well, because it's got the squid on it, I don't think it needs that, right?
Yeah, you said you wanted something more flexible anyway.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that would take away.
Yeah, it'd be too much. But yeah, so I'm going to be trying to learn more about Pathfinder still. That's like my new little obsession. I always have something brewing,
Yeah, I mean that's true. You jump around though.
Yeah, it's just what I do. It's just who I am. But I always did that growing up. Like I would be really into something for a season, and then I'd jump to something else.
For 15 minutes?
Yeah, sports did that to me too. I struggled.
Does that look better?
Yeah, I think.
Section right in the middle.
I think that looks good.
I think that looks better.
Do you?
I think it looks better than this.
Yeah.
This. I think that looks better.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Okay. Cool. I just have to lean into brown more.
So Cameron says, I don't get on Twitter, so I can't do the tag thing. But I think the person I have in mind would be down. The Dungeon Coach might be a cool YouTuber to do a collaboration or interview with. He has a bunch of interesting homebrew ideas. Oh, the Dungeon Coach. Well, let me go on Twitter and see if he's on there. I think I've seen his videos recently too. So, the Dungeon Coach.
That sounds so official.
Yep, Dungeons and Dragons YouTube channel giving all players quick and efficient tips to lower the DC of your game. Oh yeah. He actually, I had talked to him not that long ago. Actually, I'm gonna retweet him. Hey, and yeah, so actually, it's funny. He shared this how to set a DC for anything, and it's like about, I think he calls it like cascading D20 checks or something like that. And rather than have like just a number and you pass or fail, it was like he would up the number, so like DC 30, and if you fail, say you fail by 8, then it comes down by 8 or something like that. So now it's like 22 or something. Actually, it was if you succeed. And by however much the person succeeds on it, it lowers it. So if the check is 30 and you roll a 32, it's going to come down by 2 for the next round of rolls. And this might be like trying to get, maybe you're drowning, and so you're fighting the undertow. And it might get easier or harder with every turn. Well, he didn't say he makes it harder ever. He said he always makes it easier or he does nothing for the next round. But I was like, you need to make it harder too. Like go both ways, right? Like a tug of war. But yeah. Oh, so he's a super positive guy too. That DC video was mind blowing. Yeah, exactly. It was something I'm definitely planning on using sometime. So.
I mean, it sounds like it kind of makes sense though. Like if you're making a constant check.
Well, yeah, like if it's a round by round thing, like you're battling something, like trying to hold on to a windy cliff or something, like that seems like it would make sense. Mm-hmm. The Dungeon Coach. Oh, that reminds me. There was a guy or a channel that used to have the Dungeon Bastard, and I loved those videos. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah, you showed those to me a few times.
Yeah, he's like, how to play a dwarf barbarian like a badass.
What happened to him?
I don't. He's still around. I forget his name. He does a bunch of projects. Like he's a pretty big deal. He used to have like a series where he prepped a bunch of video or prepped his games, and then he made a couple movies too, I think.
Oh really?
Like yeah, D&D, made with your mom's camcorder type videos. Not mom, it was good quality stuff.
Like independent.
But independent. Thank you. I was just associating like D&D in your mom's basement with film.
And
it didn't work.
Spiraled out of control.
It didn't work. But yeah, I loved him. In fact, he had some of the absolute best tip videos.
So you're gonna get what's his name? The dungeon.
I don't know. I just tagged him and we'll see what happens. I didn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
But I tagged him and told him his DC video was great, and I retweeted him and said everybody should watch this video. He's only got 67 followers on Twitter. So Cameron, you're such a fan, you should create a Twitter account just so you can be one of his first 100 followers. I think his YouTube channel just passed me too. Let's check it out. Dungeon Coach. I like the name. I really do like that name. And his logo is so clean. It's this black and white dragon.
That looks oddly familiar.
Does it?
You don't think that looks like
D&D?
DM Slayer?
I don't know. It's similar, but not. Like, look, there's...
The mouth is open.
Yeah, this is not like... So DM's layer is more like a silhouette with a colored eye and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
but that's really close.
Nah, that's not. This reminds me
They're
of like
both.
Thundercats logo or something, more than DM's Lair. Yeah, I don't know. No, I don't think it's a copy. Plus, we're talking
No,
D
I'm
and D.
not saying they're copying. I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying they had something really similar.
Oh, yeah, moderately similar. It might be the same dragon depicted in different art styles. But yeah, he's got some good videos for sure. I like him. His stuff is pretty sweet. You're not liking it?
No, I think it's going fine.
Oh, okay. You're just looking at the big screen, very confused.
Trying to figure out what to do.
Gotcha.
Okay.
You could do
Some
like
more water.
some kind of like maybe it does have a metal trim or something around it.
No, I need some more water. Slave, go get me water.
Slave. All right, superstar painter. Don't let the success go to your head. Cameron said, my social media is restricted by my phone memory. Can't get the apps. You sound like my wife. She always says that.
Look, I got a lot of pictures of the kids and stuff. And I just, haven't taken them off there yet.
Whatever you say.
Goes quick.
I understand that. All right, I'll go get some water because I need some water too.
I win.
Not because I'm your slave.
Oh, actually, maybe I should go because I should look and see what my bread looks like.
I'll look at it.
You're not going to know what to do.
No. Do you want to try and paint tomorrow too?
Perhaps.
Okay. I mean, are you thinking you want to end the stream then and check on your bread, or you want to like go check on your bread midstream and do a break?
Well,
I could do a break overlay.
Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. What
Here.
do you do with the overlay?
All right. So we are going to take a break, and I'm going to put up the break slide, and we'll be back in a few minutes once she checks on her bread. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a second. All right, we are back. Hopefully you didn't go anywhere. Hopefully you fine folks are still in our chat. The bread came out fine. I don't know why you're freaking out.
No, I just gotta get it in the oven.
I know, but I don't know why you're freaking out. It rose and did everything like it was supposed to.
I know, because now it's gonna do it for another 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you think it's gonna be like even bigger?
Well, you just don't want it. You don't want to overproof it too. I mean, typically it just underproofs, but I assume you can overproof something.
Yeah. So Cameron says, I'm not fibbing. It's just convenient to me. Or convenient since to me, Twitter seems more like a dirty drug than a social media platform. So it can be. Paula doesn't dabble with Twitter much.
No.
She doesn't even know her account password from 5 years ago that I made for her.
I mean, so it just seems like you have to, like, know what's going on.
Twitter goes pretty quick, so yes, it's kind of like that.
Like, I'm really not on a lot of social media.
Except Facebook.
Yeah, but even then, it's just like certain times of the day.
You got me into Pinterest, and now you're never on it.
Oh, no, I go on Pinterest sometimes.
You just don't check my messages when I send them to you.
When I remember to check my messages, usually it's like, gosh, I got like 87 things from you.
Well, yeah, because you never go on Pinterest.
Not every day. I don't have that kind of time in my life.
I don't go on Pinterest either every day.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't.
With how much time you're in meetings at work, I just figured, hey, Pinterest.
Yeah.
For all your workers that watch us. I think you got like 2 of them watching us nowadays. No, good thing you don't do that, though. But that's what I would do.
I mean, no, it's usually because I have too much other work to do.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
So...
things are busy right now.
Yeah. So, anyways, Twitter, though. So I've got 3 Twitter accounts. I've got one for pro wrestling. I had one for real estate that I turned into a sports one. And I've got my RPG one. Right? Okay. I do this because otherwise your feed gets so muddied with crap. So, for example, in my sports one, I'm sure the last 2 months, all people have been talking about is Michael Jordan and The Last Dance. And I get sucked into that rabbit hole, even though it's a stupid rabbit hole to get sucked into, every time. People are like, oh, Jordan's better than LeBron, or LeBron's better than Jordan, or Kobe's better than LeBron. Like, I don't care. But I always get sucked into it because I'm like, well, let's look at this objectively and, like, what supports which argument? Like, But anyway, so I have different accounts for different reasons. Now, my RPG one does have some people who post politically occasionally. However, when I see that, I just ask myself, and I'll look through their posts. Do they post things I'm going to interact with? No. Okay. Is it somebody I'm a close personal friend of? No. Okay. Is it somebody I'm going to tag for some reason? Or maybe they interact with me? If the answer is no to all of those, then I basically unfollow them. Unsubscribe. I think it's unfollow, yeah. So that keeps my Twitter pretty clean. So I don't get a lot of political stuff. In fact, the drama of last week, I didn't even see for like 3 days. So just because I don't...
What's the drama of last week?
Yeah, we're not going into it. It was what we talked about.
Oh, okay.
When I was making the one post on Twitter. But yeah, so...
Oh, I thought you meant in sports.
No. I'm back on RPGs. I'm talking about RPG.
Okay.
So, Twitter can be nasty. Plus, then you get the arguments about gatekeeping or the arguments about the consent checklist or whatever. It can get pretty ridiculous. But that's part of why I like these chats. I've been just keeping things positive, been interacting with, people in the community. And that's how I've been using Twitter instead.
Yeah, people get really all up in arms on that consent form thing.
Yeah, I've seen it post.
Oh, I filled up my water and I left it inside.
I'll go get you.
It's okay. I gotta go check on the bread in like 10 minutes anyway.
Ooh.
Make sure the oven's preheated.
Well, we'll end the stream in like 10 minutes because it's like 10:40. So, we'll probably be on here for another like 5 Does that sound good?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. That I feel like you'll be at a good point anyway, right?
Probably.
And then we can just do it tomorrow. All over again. Because I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow.
Oh, like on your channel.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like tomorrow night, I mean. Like I don't have any streams. I don't have like a game in the next 2 days that I need to prep for. I've already got my prep for Wednesday.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Ahead of the game.
I don't have my prep done for Saturday, but I can do that, later on. So, and I plan on doing some videos tomorrow. Get back to doing some D&D videos.
What's that?
What, D&D? Those are 3 letters. D-N-D. No. Cameron said, my sister made me get Instagram a while ago. I occasionally get sucked into that rabbit hole sometimes. The feeling like I got nothing done, and I don't like that feeling. Yeah. So you got to, like, restrict yourself. So it's tough. It's tough. For sure.
I mean, I do that too. I'm not really on Instagram a lot. For a while, I used it a lot, and then it was just like people posted the same things on Instagram that they did on Facebook. So I'm like, why
the pictures?
Yeah, why
yeah, it's because
reading
you
your
just
crap
follow
twice?
moms. You didn't go in there and like follow anybody you were interested in following. Like, I feel like Instagram is not interesting if you're trying to follow your friends and family. That's not why you do Instagram.
No, I know, but like
You do Instagram to see what your favorite celebrities, musicians, writers,
I don't
businesses are doing. That's it. Your politicians. Yeah, you do. Bernie Sanders, RGB, AOC. Like, I can go down the whole liberal, checklist for you. Whereas me, I follow athletes, I follow wrestlers, I follow RPG people. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
That's far more interesting on Instagram than following my mom to see a picture of, I don't know, her cat or something. Unless you're into cats. I mean, but then you don't have to be her family member to follow cats.
Well, but see, there are certain people that I know who will post different things too, and so it's like you gotta weed through.
Yeah, but you'll need Instagram. Instagram's not for things like that.
No, but you might want to know those other things about your family or whatever.
Yeah.
Like some people only use Instagram.
Who?
Too.
Who? Nobody in your family only uses Instagram.
Not in my family.
Oh. Not in my family either. I think the wash is making it look a lot better too.
Yeah. I said it was too light.
Well, I don't think it's that it's too light. That's not why. I think it's just that layer in general. Like, evens it all out a little bit. Like, I feel like it brings it together a little more.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So, like, your brown isn't just so brown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it helps blend.
Yes. 100%. Because now it's, like, legit looking like something you might see. You know? Because you could have done the same thing with lighter, too, if you wanted, probably. Do a lighter wash instead.
Yeah, but you don't want... So, the thing you can run into is, like, you don't want too many similar tones.
Right.
Otherwise, it just doesn't look dynamic. Right? So, that's why it had to be darker.
Gotcha. Yeah, that looks good.
Because I wasn't going to make the water darker.
Cameron says, I smoke weed for pain. It's super easy to fall into rabbit holes for me. If I was a woman, I'd call myself Alice. In Wonderland?
I love Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland is my favorite kids cartoon.
Is it?
It's so good.
That's your favorite. Like, nothing is better than Alice in Wonderland. Kids cartoon-wise.
Yeah, like, if you had to take, like...
If I just had to stick with Disney, I'm choosing Aladdin.
Yeah, oh, I know that for
Disney,
you.
yeah, Disney Aladdin is the best one.
No.
Mm-hmm.
False.
Little Mermaid is up there. And yeah, that's about it for me. I'm not a big Disney movie fan anymore. I used to watch those a lot in high school. We used to do movie nights at friends' houses. And so like sometimes we'd put like what was it? Emperor's New Groove was one we watched once. Or we watched the Mummy movies there, the Brendan Fraser movies.
Oh yeah, those are classic.
Yeah, so we did that. But yeah, a lot of Disney
You
movies.
watch Disney movies
Sometimes there's
in
a lot of
high
girls there.
school. Yeah, I don't care. We watched like Pulp Fiction.
Oh no!
And
That's
like,
what I would watch if I went to Finch's house. But when we went to James Finch's girlfriend's house, we watched Disney movies, Brendan Fraser movies. I think The Emperor's New Groove we watched because she's a big fan of David Spade. And he does the voice for the llama or whatever. I think. Anyways, I don't remember it, but something like that. Yeah, dude, I don't even think weed matters. I think it's easy to go down a rabbit hole anyway. Like, plus social media is meant to be addictive. You know, there's no other reason to put like buttons on shit.
No, you gotta know if all of.
But you don't.
If all of your friends like it.
You know
too.
what's bad though? I probably send more of those to anybody in a day than most people. Like I'm just like, oh, I like that. Oh, it's sports like Michigan like whether I'd like it or not sometimes. Like, oh, it's a headline about Michigan football. Like, there you go. That makes more sense because I won't necessarily read it.
See, I think okay. So
I do that with political
I think they
stuff
need
now,
to do something about the likes because it's really hard sometimes.
Instagram's getting rid of the hearts.
You like something, but if somebody shared an article and they disagreed with the article, are you liking their post or are you liking the article? Like sometimes there are some of those posts that are so gray that you're like, oh gosh, I don't know. I don't want them to misinterpret because I feel so strongly about this thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we need more options.
Than likes. So like on Twitter, I just have a heart. I have a heart, a retweet with comment, or a reply.
Yeah, I mean, I know how Twitter works, dude.
Oh, do you? You don't even use Twitter?
I used to do it at work, though.
Just kidding.
For our social media.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I miss MySpace. So Cameron says, I love all the renditions of Alice in Wonderland, equally for their own reasons. But for Disney movies, my current favorite is Sleeping Beauty. Maleficent is such a bamf. I actually like the Maleficent movies. I hated the Lion King reenactment. I was never a Lion King fan, though.
Yeah, we owned Lion King, so I would watch it frequently, but it was not my favorite.
Yeah, I don't understand the
We also
love
had Pocahontas. I like that one.
Yeah? I don't remember watching that one too much. In fact, I don't know if I've ever watched it start to finish. Wow. I think I've just seen it like in spurts because my sister watched it.
I know what we're doing for the next movie night.
No, don't you dare. I think we tried it with the kids before and I purposely didn't watch the whole thing. No Pocahontas.
It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
You're going to stress me out. Kids are probably going to want a movie night tomorrow. They're actually, you know what? Now that it's nice, they haven't really been asking. Yeah. That's kind of nice. What is the weather like this week?
Yeah, like 80s. In fact, I think it's going to be really warm tomorrow.
It's not raining tomorrow? Let's look at the 10-day. Mostly clear tonight. Thunderstorms Monday.
How hot is it supposed to be? Yeah, but it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's 84. So what I was going to say was that
be gross.
The house was 80 earlier.
It was 84.
I know, but it was
inside?
80 inside the house earlier. What I was going to say is we should open the windows up tonight.
Gotcha.
And like the dinette and stuff.
So thunderstorms start tomorrow at about 11 a.m. look at the next 8 hours.
Awesome, because I don't want to water the plants. And we don't have a watering can.
It'll stop at 4. No. Yeah, so it becomes scattered at 4, isolated at 5, and then it does it isolated again around 7. And it looks like it's going to be bad at 2 p.m. Like really bad at 2 p.m. So yeah. 2 p.m. until about 4. It's going to be rough. So that might ruin my videos tomorrow. We will see. We will see if I get my videos done. I really want to get the dwarf one done. So, yeah. It's 10:50. We're about 4 minutes over on the bread. You good?
We should go inside, probably.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, Cameron. And I hope you enjoyed spending a little bit of your time with us. So, game on, buddy.